Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Pavan.
And I'm Adam.
And today we're watching Attack on Titan OVA Part 3 called Distress. We are just making our way through these OVAs here as we prep ourselves for Season 2. Gathering a little bit of information, you know, easy peasy stuff.
Background information,
yeah,
little context.
Some important stuff, but you know.
Some not important stuff,
yeah.
like a cooking contest.
I mean, that was definitely more of a fun episode. We got a bit of Jean's history.
True.
Wondering about who that girl in the picture was, what's the history there, relationship with his parents. But the one before that,
yeah,
where the Titan was speaking, I'm
yes.
sorry, what?
That is going to come into play for sure later on.
Yes.
Absolutely. And I feel with a title like Distress, I feel like this could be an episode that has a little context or a little meaning moving in. Like
I actually think this one is considered an optional. So, so maybe not, but we can hope. So let's see what happens here. You know we don't want to miss anything, so hang tight. Only a few more to go before Season 2, but Attack on Titan OVA 3 is coming right now.
"それはさほどの困難を伴わない訓練のはずだった。森を抜ければやがて全員が帰還する。ただそれだけの工程のはずだった。
So like outside of the wall, or are they training inside the
我々第104期訓
wall?
練兵団に課せられた訓練は
Outside?
各班が2班に分かれ、目標地点に置かれた印を取り、訓練地に帰還する。片道約40キロの行程だった。我々第1班は班長がマルコ、行程の一切を記録する係が僕。一方第2班はトーマスを班長にミカサが記録係となった。2班は同時に訓練地を出発し、広大な森を挟んだ行程を進む。目標地点で情報交換の後、それぞれの来た道を帰路として訓練地に帰還する。訓練の目的は危機感のない状況でいかに危機意識を持続させうるかということ。
So this has to be during early Season 1.
Yeah.
お前らのようなふぬけでもやすやすこなせる
So
訓
there's
練だと思
probably
うだ
no
ろう
way
が
they're leaving
そうはいか
walls.
ん。非常時であろうと兵士は兵士だ。いついかなる状況であっても戦う意志を忘れるな。退屈に負けるな。平和に足を取られるな。この皇帝も戦いだ。それを忘れるな。
じゃああんまり急ぎすぎてもダメってことかな。
それで消耗するんなら急ぐ方がバカだろ。様子見てゆっくり行こうぜ。
加減なんてわかんねえよ。じゃあお前がゆっくり行くってんなら俺は先を急ぐぜ。
待ってよエレン。
いやでも集団の規律がどうするっちゃん。
知るかい。こんなもん頑張ったって憲兵団に入れるわけじゃねえ。
Back to
そんなことはないだろ
old Jean.
う。とにかく今は訓練に没頭しよ
無理だ。
う。おいまだ早くないか。お前には忍耐ってもんがねえのか。
愚痴ぐらい構わねえだろ。
うちで時間が早く過ぎるならいいけどな。
そうですよね。先は長いです。
うんざりするぜ。
それだと日中にたどり着けないかもしれない。
じゃあもう少し東に進路。
かといってそれも日陰がなさすぎるのか。
どうしたミカサ。
いや、気のせいみたい。
Trust your instincts.
No thanks.
たくトカゲと一緒に更新するとはな。
珍しいな、あんなの。
美味しいですよ。美味しいです。うちではよく締めて食べてました。鶏肉のような味がします。
お前料理できんのか。
できますとも。簡単なもんです。
よーし。おい、食料確保の訓練になるならトカゲ狩りの方がまだマシだろ。
やめなよ、そんな。
俺が行く。
おらっ。何しやがる。
Oh my gosh,
遊び
these
じゃねえん
two,
だぞ。
seriously.
教官のいねえこんな訓練何の点数にもならねえだろうが。
やめないか。お前ら子供かよ。
お前に言われたくねえな。
じゃあ我慢してくれよ。
そんな必要あんのかよ。
遅れが出れば報告しなくちゃいけなくなる。まだこのことは書かないでくれ、アルミン。
わかった。
ジャン・キルシュタインは食料を捕獲するための訓練をエレン・イェガーに邪魔されたと報告しとけ。
なんだと。
あ
行こう。
Back to the childish games.
We're going way back.
Oh yeah.
And by way back, I mean a couple weeks from when season 1 ended.
Well, no, because this would still be.
Oh, they did have a month-long training in season 1 at one point.
Yeah.
Time was going by real slow. That at the middle of season 1, it was like 1 day had passed.
Yeah.
But they did have a month-long training. You're right.
Yeah. So I think we're back quite a ways.
Couple months at least.
Yeah. I mean, compared to where we've been, given the Titan interaction and the story, it feels like a long time ago. With them still being childish, not learning how to work together, no real experience yet. It's interesting to go back to the Jean and Aaron dynamic.
Yeah, I'm very... Because even this one is going further back than the last one.
I believe so.
We're all over the place here, everybody.
Yeah, the time skips are interesting.
Yeah. Aaron, with what we know now about how the dynamics and everything go, Aaron is just seeming very annoying in this situation.
Yeah. Like, let it go, be part of the team, but he's still very much in his own head and doing his own thing.
When we're thinking distress, are we thinking group dynamic distress or like safety distress?
No, somebody was holding what's her name hostage at the beginning of the episode.
Wait, what?
Had a sword to her neck.
Did I black out? What was I doing?
I'm not sure. The opening scene was one of the team, the girl with the blonde hair.
Krista or Annie?
I think Krista was being held like at sword point with a sword at her neck.
What was I looking at?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
But that's where we're heading.
Great.
確かなの。
間違いない。ここに置いておいたんだ。気づいたら影も形も立体起動装置がなくなるなんて。
ちょっと。
Annie took it.
だいぶ前に離れてるな。
あちらにも同じものがあった。それなりの人数がいる。それからこっちも。
馬車の後。それも複数だ。
この辺りに住人がいるって情報はない。
窃盗団かもな。兵器や物資を盗んで闇に流す連中がいるらしい。立体起動装置は高値で取引される。狙われたってのか。
姿を見られれば襲ってきたかもしれない。
Dude, but why would you have taken it
命
off
があるだ
anyway?
け良かったと思った方がいい。
Bathroom break.
訓練を中止して報告に戻った方がいいだろうか。いや、目標はもうすぐだ。工程を急ぎ、 マルコたちにこのことを知らせてから訓練地
That guy's going through it in the bottom left.
He lost his gear.
Yeah.
It's a mission failure.
This is his fault. I bet that it's an Annie associate who's gonna give her the gear. But no, she had Marco's gear. I know.
兵団の支給品は味気ね
トカゲ捕まえておけばよかったですね。
えな。おい、トカゲはたくさんだ。
さっきは狩りに行ってたじゃね
あ、
Aaron needs to lay off.
巨人を狩ろうとするよりは現実的だろう。
お前それどういうことだ。何のために訓練兵団に来たんだ。
少なくとも命を粗末にするためじゃねえ
だと言っていいこと悪いことがあるぞ。
いいハルミ、食事中の雑談だから。
本物の巨人ってやつを見ると無茶な訓練に精出すようになんのか。ご苦労が。
いい加減にしろよお前。
やめなよ。やっぱりトカゲ捕まえてきましょう。きっと気持ちもほぐれますよ。
しないくせによ。
じゃあお前何ができんだよ。
なんだっててめえよりマシだよ。
うっせえな。破けっつ言われたろうが。
おい、二人とももうやめよ。
やっぱりトカゲを捕まえ
Is Krista about to get snatched?
They're coming.
Is nobody? Who's keeping
They
watch?
didn't set a guard. Oh my goodness.
Krista. Oh dear. I would be losing my mind.
You better be armed. I wonder if this is part of the training. If these are actually.
それをどうするんだ。
欲しがる連中がいる。売って金にする。どうせ巨人になんて勝てっこないんだ。無駄な兵器を役立てて何が悪い。
みんな、エロだ。
余計なことは考えるな。おとなしくしていろ。
He does try. Going back and like remembering what Aaron and Jean were like at that point, it's their dynamic is annoying.
But also
But-
dangerous for everybody else.
It is dangerous, but at least Aaron acts. Like Jean is kind of a baby, he just complains about things. In this, again, I've come back to being on Jean's side. I like where
No,
he's come to.
He definitely didn't make a good impression
No.
early. You can't deny it.
And Aaron, I don't agree with him being reckless, but at least he takes action. I will
But there
give
were
him that.
3 guns there, and he's
Yeah.
like, you know what? Let me wrestle one of you.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's smart, but you gotta give him, like, at least he's brave and he's willing to act. I will give him that. He just needs to be smarter about it.
Do you think this is a setup by the instructors? Because it's putting them in low-risk, tedious tasks. And there was like, nobody really keeping guard. Like, Krista was over by the lake or the pond or whatever. Like, they were just chilling. Like, they think this is easy peasy.
If you wanted to make a point to cadets, you would do something like this. We'll see. I can't imagine the army wants to lose that ODM gear.
No.
So I have a feeling this is a training exercise.
お前たちが追ってくれば殺す。わかるな。
Now they have to learn how to survive with no supplies.
全員でかかればなんとかなったはずだ。
Wow.
それはお前の意見だろ。俺はそうは思わねえ。むしろお前の無茶で全員が危険な目にあったぜ。
訓練は中止だ。
Who's in charge here?
そうだね。クリスタを置いてくのか。
そうじゃない。僕たちだけじゃどうにもならない。だから教官の指示を仰ぐ。
間に合わなかったら俺はこのままなんて嫌だ。絶対にクリスタを助ける。俺一人でも行く。
待て。馬も放たれちまった。どうやって探すつもりだ。
関係ねえだろ。
関係なくねえ。俺も行く。俺だってあんなみっともねえまんまでいたくねえ。
みんなそれにしてもどうやって探すんだ。
手分けするって言ってもキリがないよね。そういう時は高いところに登るんです
Listen
よ。
to the hunter.
山で迷った時は上に登れ。森で迷った時は高い木に登れ。父から教わった教訓です。
おい。
Sasha. Excellent.
積み込み終わったらすぐ出発だ。急げ。
どうする。
Maybe they are actually brigands.
向こうは銃を持ってる。帰り討ちに遭うぞ。考えがあるんだ。彼らは盗品を売るはずだ。だとするとこの付近ではオーデルの町以外ない。先回りして待ち伏せするんだ。
馬もないのに先回りかよ。
オーデルなら可能です。森を突き抜ければ。
Brigands
Did they
hire.
take their sorry?
道を2
Did
つ
they take their
一
horses
方
too?
はそのままオーデルに続く道で、そこへ入られたら僕らに勝ち目はない。だから
来たよ。
よーし。
Smart.
それがうまくいったとしてだ。
クリスタと立体起動装置がどっちの馬車に乗せられてんのかどう判断する。積み荷の音が聞ければなんとかなる。装置が前の馬車なら1回、後ろなら2回、両方なら3回鳴らす。
Good problem solving.
Look at them working together. First time.
Aaron just needs a mission. Determines a good problem solve.
So れを俺たちが襲う。
なんだお前ら。
Bye bye.
This is why you practice hand to hand.
It's like I've been practicing this since I rescued in the car.
あの野郎。
Ooh, lucky.
Lucky rock.
次は発散。やめて。
クリスタ
こんな
駅か。
ああ、どうにかな。じゃあ
無事だ。立体起動装置もな。
だがクリスタがまだ。オート
Gear up.
サシャ、深淵弾はある？はい、ありますけど。貸してくれるかな？
こいつやめろって言ってんだろ。殺すな。そいつを金になる。そういうことかよ。あんたの仲間のおかげで俺たちは大損害だ。あんたには責任を取ってもらうぜ。
Tough to beat the Survey Corps when they got their gear. Interesting how a little adversity brings Jean and Aaron together. Nothing like needing to solve a problem to put your petty differences aside.
Aaron just needs to be distracted and feel like he's accomplishing something. Otherwise, he's real annoying.
His head seems like a scary place.
Oh my gosh. Meanwhile, Mikasa's group is like waiting at the checkpoint. Like, what is
Where are
wrong
these
with these
idiots?
people? She's like got her team running on a schedule. She's like, you know.
They discovered that there were brigands there. They know ahead of time. They were going to warn the other group, but too late.
And because that group wasn't working together, look at the mess they're in.
Do you think that it was just the combination of Aaron and Jean which created the trouble, or do you think that whatever group Aaron was in at this point in his development would have had team dynamic issues?
He definitely was a little big for his britches early on. He definitely was abrasive.
Yeah.
Lacked a bit of self-awareness. But I think Jean antagonizes him more than most. Like if he was in the other group, Mikasa would have set him straight.
That's what I was gonna say. Mikasa at this point is probably the only one who can just smack him into place. So I think any group without her in it probably would have caused at least some headache. But
the fact that Jean is there and Mikasa is not is like double disaster.
I wonder if that was intentional when they set up the groups to create, you know, whatever, dynamic or figure it out or let's see how they do it.
I can't believe I ever doubted Krista. Look how cute she is. I'm like, Krista's the Titan, Krista's the Titan. Meanwhile, it's miserable Annie, go figure. Should have known. Oh, so long.
That maybe wasn't the best idea because Krista is gonna be maybe collateral damage.
No way they made it up after that tumble.
おとなしく立体起動装置を渡せ。早くしろ。
Is it Mikasa to the rescue?
くそ、冗談じゃねえ。なんで俺がこんなことを。巨人から逃げ延びても、こんな何も育てねえところで何ができる。人に迷惑かけんなって。娘には教えてたってのによ。急げ！何？
ミカサ！
殺さないで！
She can be cold.
そう
It's a cruel world, as she says.
苦労したみたいね
The flare.
こうして窃盗団は憲兵団によって摘発され犠牲者一人出さず事件は収束を迎えた訓練はそのまま中止になったが報告書は提出することになり正直に嘘偽りなく全てを報告した
As I would
質
expect.
問をよ
He's
ろ
gonna
し
be
い
a
です
new,
か
I say it over and over, he's gonna be a general or commander.
我々は立体起動装置を盗まれた時点で引き返すべきだったのでしょうかそれとも窃盗団を追ったことが正しかったのでしょうか
答える必要はない。ただ兵士以前に一人の人間として俺ならば自分にとって困難である方の道を選ぶ。帰還することと犯人を追跡すること。お前にとってはどちらが困難だ、アルレルト。
それは答えられなかった。ひょっとしたらあの皇帝で起きた全ての出来事が僕たちに課せられた訓練だったのかもしれない。
班長なんて引き受けるんじゃなかったよ。そうか、結構向いてるような気がするけどな。いや、向いてないよ、リーダーは。ジャンの方がよっぽど向いてる。ジャンが？俺はごめんだぞ。今にわかるさ。どうだろうな、それは。みんなどんな兵士になるんだろうな。
Reckless.
それは848年僕らの初陣の2年前の出来事だった。
Again, I see why it was optional.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. However, the shift in dynamic that we saw between Aaron and John is actually quite pivotal to the story, and this sheds a little bit of light on that. So you don't need it, but it definitely gives good context. Because I believe I remember us talking about, like, oh, all of a sudden they're getting along better, and it just kind of seemed to happen without any explanation.
Well, I think also going through the training, you know, at the beginning of season 1, we didn't really get to know a lot of the people, but I
True.
think this one kind of shed a light on more of their personalities and what they're good at and their background. Like, we learned about Sasha and her, like, hunting background, which wasn't ever explicitly stated early on in season 1.
Except when she was a wolf with red
Well,
eyes.
we just, like, hypothesized that.
Yeah.
And then, like, Krista being so kind-hearted, Annie and Mikasa being, like, pretty ruthless, Armin's
Cold.
intelligence,
Yeah.
like, Marco's, you know, observational skill. Like, we missed a lot of that in the season, and so I think that it was useful.
Do we know, did all of these OVAs come out after season 1, or did they come out during season 1? Like, would that context have been available to viewers during the season? Can somebody answer that
I think
question?
these came out, you can see the dates, I think they came out like years after season 1.
Ah, okay. I wonder where in the manga it was. Somebody fill me in. I'm curious.
And then the anime people were like, okay, we need to fill in some holes here.
Yeah.
OVA it up. But yeah, it was like fine.
I enjoyed that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it better than the last one.
me too. The last one,
Least favorite.
least favorite for sure.
Some parts
First
of it.
one was my top,
Yeah. Yeah.
but that was required viewing, obvi. So let us know your thoughts. Be sure to hit us up in the comments below. We asked a question about time frames, so if anybody knows the answer, please let us know. And as always, we'd be so excited if you would like this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more Attack on Titan coming next week. Bye!